Hey guys, welcome back to Mesha's Corner. Today I'm going to be making my buttermilk fried chicken. And yeah, I know y'all probably tired of seeing chicken on my channel, but I record what I eat. So, you know, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we're just gonna get into this and get started. It's not fast, again, but it's easy. And I have the usual suspects in spices, but I'm just gonna show it to you my way. In my bowl here, the first thing I'm going to add is about a few tablespoons of hot sauce. You can use the hot sauce that you want. I'm using sriracha chili hot sauce. It looks like a lot, but it's not. To that, I'm also going to add onion powder. About a whole tablespoon of onion powder, a whole tablespoon of garlic powder, and a whole tablespoon of paprika. I'm also going to add a couple tablespoons of Dijon mustard, all down in here. I'm also going to add some salt. That was about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And then I'm going to add my buttermilk. And I'm probably going to do about 2 cups of buttermilk here to be enough to cover my chicken. So the buttermilk depends on how much chicken you're frying. Stir this really well to get everything thoroughly combined. You should get a nice color on this. I'm not putting black pepper here because I want to save that for the crust of my chicken. So to me, black pepper makes the chicken, in my opinion. Now, no, it's not because I like black pepper, but it's true. Now that I have it mixed really well, I'm going to add my chicken in. Down in here, I'm gonna let this marinate for about 4 to 6 hours. I won't be marinating mine overnight. You can if you have the time and if you want to. I'm definitely not against that, but today mine is only going for maybe 4 to 6 hours. So let this sit all in here. Make sure it's submerged into your buttermilk. So make sure you have enough buttermilk to cover your chicken. And that's it for right now, and I'll see you guys in a sec. So now I'm going to work on the flour mixture to dredge my chicken. I'm going to use about 2 cups of flour, maybe 1.5 cups. I think I'm going to stick with 1.5 cups. 1.5 cups of cornstarch. I'm going to add the same thing I put on the chicken, except for I'm not putting paprika. Paprika will let your batter burn, like it will give it a darker color too fast, so I'm not going to use paprika on the outside. So that was my black pepper, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and a tablespoon of ground ginger, back in with a tablespoon of salt. Stir this up really well, get it all incorporated. And then I'm just going to get the chicken, dunk it in here, let it sit for a few minutes, and then we're going to start frying. Okay. I'm going to show you a couple of pieces, how I dredge my chicken. I'm going to pick it up out of the marinade, well, the buttermilk. Let the excess drain off. You can let the excess drain off, but not too much. And then I'm going to put it down in here. I'm going to flour it really well. And then I'm going to transfer it to a plate and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Like 10 minutes before I fry it. I'm just going to take it out my flour and put it on the plate. I decided to make some Stove Top Macaroni and cheese to go with my chicken. And so I'm sauteing some garlic, about 3 cloves of garlic, and some red bell peppers into my pot. This is just my way. You don't have to use peppers. It's just a method. But yeah, I'm just gonna saute this for a couple minutes. Okay, so saute this for a couple minutes. Now I'm gonna add my cream. I'm gonna use heavy cream in here. So I'm probably gonna use about 3 cups or so because I have a lot of macaroni. Bring this up to a boil. Once it starts to simmer and reduce a little bit, then I'm gonna add my cheese. Nice, quick, and easy. Stove top. My cream reduced, so now I'm gonna season it up. I'm gonna go in here with some garlic powder, some black pepper, and some salt. Not too much. Turn your stove off and stir this in. I'm using Monterey Jack cheese and mozzarella. You don't have to use those cheeses. You can use the cheese that you want, but that's what I'm using. So I'm using some mozzarella. Tons and tons of mozzarella down in here. And then I'm gonna go in here with my Monterey Jack cheese. So I'm using tons and tons of cheese. After all, it is macaroni and cheese, so I'm not gonna skimp on it. And you remember to cut your stove off. This will thicken up, so don't worry about it. As it sits and as you put your macaroni in there and the cheese melt, it's gonna get really, really thick. Yeah, see, it's already getting thick. Make sure you taste your sauce before you add your macaroni in here. So I wanted more pepper and more garlic powder, so I put it in there. That's why it's important to taste your sauce at all times. I'm also gonna put a little bit more salt because it needed it. And now I'm gonna add my macaroni in here. Yum, yum, yum. It's a big old blob, right? Okay, you're just gonna stir this in really, really well. Look at all that cheese. Yes. But yeah, this is the easy way to make mac and cheese. This is like, what, 15 minutes, if that. The hardest part is actually boiling the macaroni. And plus, this is fail-proof. If you mess this up, you need to get checked. I'm just kidding. It's my mac and cheese. You can see the peppers running throughout there. If you care about presentation, you know, just do it. It really doesn't add that much to the flavor at all. But I show you guys how I eat. I'm not just doing this, you know, I show you how I eat. Look how cheesy that is. Yes, and we're not done. Now I'm gonna go in here with some thyme sprigs, about a tablespoon of that. Stir this again. Cover it with a lid and let it sit. And then now I'm going to start frying the chicken. Putting all the legs in first. I'm gonna cook all the legs together and the thighs together. So I'm only gonna do 4 pieces at a time. And I'm gonna let these cook up for about 12 minutes. This is what the end result looks like. My chicken is right here, perfectly nice and golden brown. I cooked it up for about 12 minutes or so. Yeah, it's really, really crunchy. So if you don't like your chicken crunchy, this recipe is not for you. But yeah, so and this is my mac and cheese over here, right there, and some spinach that I just sauteed with some butter and garlic, nothing special. So yeah, give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and try this chicken because it's really, 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 really good. Okay guys, see you later. Bye.